take it for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Tonight from Fargo South High School, it's EDC boys basketball and girls basketball. A double dip for you on this Tuesday, January the 25th. I'm Chase Miller. Reggie Funk is our cameraman, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. Coming up in a little bit later tonight, right here from the Bruin Den, we'll have the EDC girls matchup between Fargo South and Fargo Shanley. But first things first, let's set our attention to the boys contest featuring the Bruins and the Deacons. The last time these two teams met earlier this season in December, the Deacons won 66-48 on December the 10th from McCormick Gymnasium. The Deacons have won back-to-back games in this series. In that contest on December the 10th, Tyler Kraft had 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 threes, while his brother Connor had 12 points and 9 rebounds. James Hamilton was the only Bruin in double digits with 23 points and 14 boards. Last Fargo South win came on December 19th of 2019 right here at Fargo South High. The Bruins beat the Deacons by 5 in that contest, 66-61. Fargo South winners of 2 of their last 3 games after beating Fargo North a week ago. Tonight they went up to Grand Forks and fell short against the Grand Forks Central Knights, 67-56. Diamond McGill had 17 points and Hamilton had 15 points and 8 rebounds in a losing effort for Fargo South. On the opposite side for Fargo Shanley, the Deacons, they've also won 2 out of 3 in the similar mindset. On January the 11th, 2 weeks ago, they beat Wahpeton by 8. Then last week on the 18th, lost to West Fargo Cheyenne 59-42. The Deacons at 5-6 on the season, 5-5 in EDC conference play. For the Fargo South Bruins, they're 6-6 on the season and 6-5 in EDC conference play. The Bruins averaging 65 points per game, while Fargo Shanley averaging 62 points per contest. And a very busy night across the EDC. Grand Forks Red River at Moorhead High in a non-conference tilt. You have Fargo North at Valley City. Fargo Davies travels down I-29 and squares off with the Huskies of Wahpeton, and Devils Lake at West Fargo here this evening as well on your out-of-town scoreboard. And out west, a large one tonight, number 2 Minot at number 3 Bismarck High in Class A boys basketball. And finally, the Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They thank their corporate sponsors of Gate City Bank, Sanford, Midco, and First International Bank for their continued support. To become a Bruin Booster Club member or to find out more information, click on the Activities tab on the Fargo South homepage website and then click on Booster Club. A double dip here tonight from the Bruin Den. It's the Deacons and the Bruins. Boys first with the ladies to follow after this. When we come back on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll hear from Tony Paper, head coach of Fargo Shanley, after this.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available. Welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
This
Our Irie Insurance pregame show here tonight continues from the Fargo South Den. With us now is Fargo Shanley boys basketball coach. That's Tony Paper. And Tony, kind of interesting. I know a lot of teams this year, whether it's been a Mother Nature or something in between, schedules have changed. You've gone into a couple weeks where you played one game on a Tuesday night, and now you're getting ready for 3 games in 5 days here. So how do you get ready for this quicker stretch than just having, one game in 1 week, so to speak, Tony?
Well, we've had we've had some good practices. We've tried to pick up the pace a little bit with what we're doing. The kids know this is, we're hitting the second stretch of the season where we're starting getting the second time through the EDC. So we have a feel of where we are. Right now we're a middle of the pack team. And if we want to, right now our goal realistically is to hit the 4 seed. And we think we can do that. The top 3 teams aren't going to have 5 losses, and we kind of know that. You got to keep things in perspective of what we're doing. So we set a goal trying to hit the 4 spot so we can have a home game for the EDCs. So we've set ourselves some expectations, and then we've had a good week of practice, and we have to go out and take each game one at a time, and it starts tonight itself.
The one thing against Fargo South, the last time you played back in December at McCormick Gymnasium, you found a way to win. Tyler and Connor Kraft had 31 points, 14 rebounds combined in that game. You held Fargo South to just 48 points. What can you take away from that time? And also, how much have the teams changed, Tony, since December the 10th?
We've been priding ourselves in our defense. I think we're number 2 in the EDC in defense. And we've had to have good defense because we've been kind of offensively challenged the first half of the season. So this last week off has given us a chance to kind of formulate our offense a little bit and try to move some guys around into some different spots. Shanley South is a up and down team. They're an aggressive team. They like to go to the hole. So we know we're gonna have to start scoring some points against teams like this and Davies and North going forward. We have to match their athleticism. We have to take care of the boards and we have to cut down on the turnovers. We've been hampered by some poor turnover play in some recent games, and then the ball's just too important for us to keep giving away possessions, especially when we're struggling to score. So those are the keys tonight is starting to take care of the ball with quality possessions, and then not letting Hamilton and those guys kill us on the offensive glass.
You mentioned defense, James Hamilton and Diamond McGill, nice 1-2 combination for Coach Hendrickson. What stands out, when you look at those 2 guys, and how do they present a challenge here tonight, Tony?
Well, again, they're very athletic kids. Hamilton's all over the place. He's number 1 in rebounding, or number 2 behind Michael, and 4th in scoring. So, he's a machine. We got to have guys that are willing to be physical with him without fouling, and keep him off the glass. And then we have to keep, McGill out of the lane. We have to have some good pressure defense on the ball, and we got to have some help slide behind to make sure that he's not getting to the rack without being contested.
Last thing for you here in terms of just players, taking a look at your squad, a guy that's going to Concordia on the fall, Tyler Kraft, is senior. Just kind of what has he meant to this program? And more importantly, this year being a senior, Tony, as you kind of at this time of the year, I know you talk to coaches, you rely on the guys who maybe been through some of the battles before, or try to be that senior leader, understanding there's only 8, 9, 10 games left. It's guaranteed, in their basketball career at the high school level. What have you seen from his play this year?
Tyler's grown, ever since I got there. He's one of the kids that's, been fortunate enough to play a little bit more varsity with me than some of the other kids, just because of, the way things shook out last year and the year before that. So he's kind of developed with me as I've learned, to coach and stuff like that. And he's a terrific kid. I wish he was a little more vocal out there. He's a quiet kid. Most of my kids are quiet. I don't have any alphas yet, or no one's stuck out, but he's he's a hardworking kid. He plays both ends, which I know his coach Concordia really appreciates. That he's a ball hawker. He'll get on it. And when he comes down and he takes good shots, he's tough on the offensive end. We're trying to get him to go to the hole a little bit more. He's only shooting a couple free throws a game. We've kind of talked about that, about him being more aggressive on the offensive end, and when he's looking for his shots, not to rely on the 3-pointer so much. He's great when he comes off the dribble and gets inside the arch. And he just needs to be more confident in that and be a little stronger going to the hole. And when he puts that all together, he's a hard guard, and he's a terrific play for us.
Final thing for you, Tony, before you let you go, you kind of mentioned a busy week also with the games that are on your schedule. Fargo South, what is it? North is right there. You got Red River that's behind the 8 ball. Everyone's kind of packed for that, trying to get that 4 or 5 seed. What would a win do here tonight with 3 games in 5 days? What do you think it would help you with, so to speak, going into the rest of the week with games on Thursday and Saturday?
Well, we know when you're playing guys that are close to us in the standings that are, actually South's a game ahead of us. These are games we got to have. You lose this, now we're 2 games behind South. So not only are we battling the West Fargo's and the Davies, now we're battling South and Red River, and it just makes the mountain harder to climb. So you got to take care of the games that are vital to you. And the games like Davies, you go out there and you play the best you can, and you hope things kind of go your way. But it's the teams that you're battling that those are the key games, because you're all jockeying for position, and losing 1 and 2 makes a big difference going down the stretch. There's a big difference between 4 and 5 and 6 losses for that 4 spot, when you're realistically chasing 4 or 5 teams are chasing that one key spot to get that home game.
Hey, Tony, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here against Fargo South later tonight.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Tony Paper with us here, Fargo Shanley head coach. Our IRE Insurance pregame show continues after this. We'll continue our Coach's Corner with Mike Hendrickson of Fargo South.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
The IRE Insurance Spring Update meetings are coming January 25th, 26th, and 28th with speakers Rich Morrison, Vice President of Farm Services at NAU Country, Mike Gower, Lead Field Marketing Specialist with NAU Country, and FSA personnel. They want to discuss the outlook for 2022 with you. They'll be in Devil's Lake at the KC Hall on the 25th at 9 a.m., and then in Hope at the Legion at 3:30 that afternoon. Join them at the Senior Center in McVille at 9 on the 26th, or in Hillsborough at 9 on the 28th. IRE Insurance Spring Update meetings January 25th, 26th, and 28th.
Our IRE Insurance pregame show here, Fargo South and Fargo Shanley and EDC boys basketball. Our Coach's Corner continues with Mike Hendrickson of Fargo South. And Mike, all of a sudden it's, a week away from February. I look down in the EDC standings. You got yourself, the team you're playing tonight, Shanley, North and Red River, all just kind of tied up there in the middle of the conference. So does it kind of feel like postseason basketball already? Yes, a win or loss doesn't send you home or move you to the next round, but does it kind of have that inkling a little bit?
Well, it really does. In our scout and everything last night, when we were going over things, we talked to the kids. This is a hard time of the year. When you're at the end of January, beginning of February, it's a grind. Our kids have been putting in a lot of time, and they get a little tired of each other because they're with them probably more than anybody else at this time. But it also, we tried to tell them that, it is tournament time. Just like you said, there's a big group of people are just kind of mixed up right there, anywhere from 4 all the way down to about 8. And it's just kind of what's going to happen there. And again, a win or a loss isn't going to make or break you. But at the same point, it's nice to get that footing to maybe get that little step ahead of everybody else.
Can we talk about a couple of players here? I know James Hamilton gets a lot of headlines. Diamond McGill gets a lot of headlines as well. But someone on the football field that kind of stood out late this season at defensive end was Cole Kegba. And he seems like he's stepping into a role too and find his own groove on the basketball court here, Mike.
He really is. He has a motor, and that's the thing about, Cole is new to our program this year. And I saw that on the football field and talking a lot with Coach Kozo is, it was that learning process for the first couple of football games. And all of a sudden when he figured it out, it was, hey, I'm going, I'm going to be a heck of a defensive end. And I really saw him grow that route. And then on the basketball court, the same thing. We need his energy. We go as well as he goes, and he's had a tendency to get in foul trouble a couple games. And when he's in foul trouble, it seems like we slow down and we don't defend quite as well. But last week when we played Fargo North, he did a heck of a job on the Zeller kid, and Zeller's a heck of a ball player. And I just like the energy level that Cole brought to us, and it made it a big success for us. And, that's been our big key with him, is just that we need that energy. We need you to go out and play that tough, no matter if you're guarding somebody smaller or somebody bigger. And he knows how to use his athletic ability. And that's part of him being on the floor is going to give us just another player that's fairly long and can do some things that way.
Another guy, too, is Evan Booth, part of your starting lineup, a junior. It seems like he's the prototypical, Mike, shoot out of the phone booth, right? I mean, he's got a high arc. That puppy's got some hang time on it.
Really
but I tell you what, it's a pure shot as well, and he's a catch and quick shoot kind of guy. What has he provided this year's team?
Well, that's something, too. Evan is just a great kid. I mean, he's a super student. I got to know Evan pretty well out on the golf course last year, and he's a heck of a good golfer, and he's just a student. And that's what's been the so neat part about him. And he knows he's not the best athlete on the court, and that's not a cut down to him. But the one thing he does know is that he can shoot the ball. And, we've told him, hey, if you get the ball, you got a green light. And just make sure your feet are set and you can do those things. And, and our team has bought into him that, hey, when Evan's going to shoot it, you can always see the kids on the bench having fun and trying to make these signs that, hey, it's a three-pointer made again. And Evan just kind of relishes that and loves to do those things.
Your opponent tonight in Fargo, Shanley, awfully good on the defensive end of the floor where they make it tough for it. Doesn't matter who they play on any given night. What has to change from the December the 10th game, Mike, where you guys came up a little bit short against Fargo, Shanley, to here this evening against the Deacons?
Well, we shot the ball just terrible. I mean, I just talked about Evan Booth shooting, but we didn't shoot the ball very well at all. And we're a team that we need to make some buckets to get set up in our defense to be able to get up and down the court. And it seems like when we're hitting baskets, we play a lot more together, a lot better together. I saw that game, and it was a pretty tight game all the way up till halftime. And then all of a sudden we hit a lull right at halftime, and it just kind of got too far down, and we had to fight to kind of get back into it. But, our kids just need to understand that it's a game, that we got to go out, and it can't be just, like last week we played on Tuesday, we played North and just had energy, and we were up on top of everything. And we turn around on Friday and play Central and didn't have any energy. It was just kind of ho hum, we're here. And we can't do that. We're the type of team that our margin of error is so small that we have to be focused on both the defensive end, the offensive end. And I think if we can do those things and make Shanley, have to put some more time in. They, like you said, they're a very good defensive team. They want to get up and down the court. They want to shoot threes. They got some really good shooters. The Kraft kid is one of the best players in the EDC. And so we need to be focused on that. Our defense needs to do the work to try to stop them. And then let's make some shots on offense.
Hey, Mike, as always, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck against Fargo Shanley here later tonight.
Hey, thank you very much.
Mike Hendrickson, Fargo South Boys basketball head coach, with us on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Starting lineups opening tip is next here from the Bruin Den.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we get ready for the starting lineup set, does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. Carter Jager, a 5'10 senior, averaging 4 points per game. Bakiria Kim, a 6'4 junior, averaging 6 points and 5 boards. Connor Kraft, 8th in the EDC in scoring at 17 points per game, a 6'5 junior. Jackson Paul, a 6'4 senior forward, averaging 2 points, 3 boards. And Tyler Kraft heading to Concordia to play men's basketball in the fall at 6-3. The Deacons head coach by Tony Paper. Shanley 5-6 overall, 5-5 in the conference. Yeager, Hakim, Connor Kraft, Tyler Kraft, and Paul here for the Fargo Shanley Deacons. Now we turn our attention to the Fargo South Bruins, head coach by Mike Hendrickson with the mark of 6 wins, 6 losses overall, and 6-5 in the conference. Dean Grant, a 6'4 junior forward. Grant averaging 8 points per contest. You got William Locker, who's 9th in the EDC in assists at 3 per contest for the 6'1 junior Locker. James Hamilton, 5th in the EDC in scoring and leads the rebounding, 19 points, 11 rebounds per game for the 6'3 sophomore here in Hamilton. Cole Kegba, a 6'3 sophomore forward, 6 points and 7 rebounds. And Diamond McGill, a 6-foot senior guard, averaging 12 points per contest for Fargo South. The Bruins again, head coach by Mike Hendrickson in his 25th season at the helm. For EDC Class A basketball in North Dakota, 2 18-minute halves and a 30-second shot clock. Coming up later tonight, we will have the girls contest between the Bruins and the Deacons right here on your live event as well. Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk with you here on this Tuesday, January the 25th. For Fargo South on this season, 6-2 on the year. When they score 61 or more points, the number for Fargo Shanley is 51. They're 5-0 on this season when they hold teams under 51 points. In the center circle for Fargo South will be James Hamilton. You have Connor Kraft here for the Deacons. Opening tip is going to be up at 5:54 here on this Tuesday night, and ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go to, it looks like, Fargo South here. So it'll be the Bruins to start things off as that one went out of bounds off of Kraft. Fargo Shanley will match up man defense. They only give up 60 points per contest. That's second best in the EDC. As this one going to be McGill now to Hamilton. Hamilton guarded by Hakim. This one goes left-hand side, taking a couple of dribbles. A floater down the paint off the mark, no good. Kegma gets the rebound after the missed shot by Locker. And then we're going to have a traveling violation here on the Bruins. Cole Kegba, 7 rebounds per contest. That's 9th in the EDC. And against Fargo North a week ago tonight, he had 18 on the rebounds for Fargo South. Him and Carter Zeller had a fun game on the interior, playing that back and forth. This one gets tapped out of bounds. That'll be last touch off of Kegba. Fargo South will answer with a man defense as well. The Bruins giving up 70 points per contest this year so far through 12 games. In the backcourt, it gets rolled to Jager, the 5'10 senior here for Fargo Shanley. Shot clock already at 15. Bounce pass to Hakim, right-hand side. Hakim looking on the interior, uses up that dribble, gives it to Kraft. That's going to go to Connor, now to Jackson Paul, to the top of the key to Tyler Kraft. He'll shoot the triple, got it to go. Tyler Kraft with his 29th three-pointer of the season. First points of the night go to Fargo Shanley here from Fargo South High. This one, McGill, right-hand side. It goes now to Kegba. Kegba right of the key as they'll handle it there. Back up top, around the horn with it. Taking a power dribble as Locker down the paint. Kick out right-hand side. Dean Grant for the answer three. Got it from the right wing. Dean Grant with his 11th three-pointer of this season, and we're knotted at 3 apiece. Kraft in the front court. As the last time out, Fargo Shanley defeated Fargo South at McCormick Gymnasium on December the 10th, 66-48. It was a season low in scoring for the Bruins in one game. Three-pointer by Jager, the lefty, got it to go. Jager with his 11th three of this season. 3 field goals all from beyond the arc combined, and the Deacons back up by 3. McGill in the front court takes the ball screen here, looking backdoor on the find. Finds it, a little shovel pass on the interior to Kegba off the window for 2. Oh, what a honey of a pass by Locker, and Kegba gets the 2 points. A 6'3" sophomore forward. As Fargo South trails it by 1. Deacons in the front court to Jager. Left wing now as it goes to Kraft. Rising, shooting, Connor, three-pointer long, and Diamond McGill gets his first rebound of the game. McGill up the front court here, leaves it right-hand side to Hamilton. Hamilton takes the ball screen for Fargo South. Spins now on a Kim, and we're going to have a traveling violation. The second turnover of the game for Fargo South. Fargo Shanley with 0 so far. Both teams with 0 fouls. 6-5 early on in this one. And EDC boys basketball as the EDC conference standings, number 4 through number 8, all within 2 games of each other, and number 4 through 7, all within a game of one another. Here's we're going to have a kickball off Kegba. Have our first substitution of the evening as Bennett Bird, a 6-foot senior, will check in. 4 points per contest and 3 rebounds as Hakim will check out. You have Fargo South and Red River tied in conference play in terms of 4 games behind West Fargo Cheyenne, who leads the conference. Fargo Shanley at 4.5 back, and North at 7-5 back. Top 5 teams earn a bye into the EDC quarterfinals. Top 4 will host a quarterfinal round game. This one goes hard down the paint by Connor Kraft. Shot off the mark, no good. A rebound in the backcourt to William Locker. McGill quickly up the floor. Fargo South leaves it right-hand side. Thought about a dribble pullback was Grant. Thought better of it. Now to Kegba, top of the key. Kegba looks for Hamilton, left wing. Cutting there is McGill. Nothing there. Back to the right-hand side to Locker. Locker rips it through, takes a couple of dribbles. Right wing now to McGill. Shot clock down to 5. McGill curl up through the paint. His shot gets blocked by Kraft. McGill's going to have to get a shot off quickly. Hamilton doesn't see the buzzer go down to 0 and a shot clock violation on Fargo South. The Deacons have led throughout this contest. It was tied at 3 apiece after the opening possession. Fargo Shanley largest lead early on at 3 points as they get the 30-second shot clock violation after the block by Connor Kraft. Tyler in the front court here, heading to University, or the Concordia Combers here coming up in the fall. Kraft lost it across the paint, but Jackson Paul was right there for the third Deacon in the scoring column, and Fargo Shanley matches their largest lead of the game here at 3 as McGill brings in the front court here. Diamond, a 6'6 senior guard, has scored 17 or more points in the last 4 games as Hamilton takes it right to the 10 for 2. And the Bruins are back within 1. And the Bruins also with 3 players now in the scoring column here for Fargo South. Ball goes to Paul, top of the key, posting up his Kraft down the inside. Connor backing down Diamond, and count it. An and-one opportunity upcoming here for Connor Kraft. He's 8th in the EDC at scoring this season. 17 points per game for the 6'5 junior forward. The foul comes on Diamond McGill, his first, team's first, and shooting the first free throw here tonight is Connor Kraft. 17 of 29 from the free throw line this season is Connor, and he makes free throw attempt on the and one. So the Deacons up by 4, and the opening 3:45 here in a back-and-forth EDC contest. Game number 1 of 2. The girls to follow after the conclusion of this one, probably around the 7:45 mark. Ball goes right-hand side and losing. It's going to be Hamilton for the 4th turnover. One thing Mike Hendrickson told us in our pregame show, saying the Bruins had a bevy of turnovers in that December 10th meeting, something they had to limit here tonight against Fargo Shanley. The Deacons so far with 0 turnovers, and it's been a little reason why the Deacons have found a 4-point edge. Kraft posting up on the inside, able to get by Kegba, no backside help, and Connor Kraft right now with that 6'5 frame has the last 5 points here for Fargo Shanley as the Deacons are on a 5-0 run. Diamond McGill uses up that dribble now to Hamilton. Hamilton right-hand side, leaves it right wing as it goes now to Grant. Grant with the basketball back to Hamilton. He shoots the 3, tickles the twine. James Hamilton with the triple from beyond the arc. He's got 9 double-doubles here on the season so far with 5 points here tonight. And the Deacons almost lose the ball in the backcourt. They do. Diamond McGill now with it. Finds it to the right-hand side. Grant for the tie. 3-pointer rattles in. Dean Grant with the triple. Fargo South with 3 3-pointers here in the opening minutes of this contest. And we're knotted at 13 apiece. Last time we were tied was at 3-3. This one, Jagger, extra fine craft, top of the key answer. That one off the mark, no, and Diamond McGill, does it go off a Bird or McGill, and it's going to be Fargo Shanley basketball. Evan Booth will check in for Locker for Fargo South, and Pollard will check into the contest here for the Deacons for Paul. Pollard, the 6'2 senior, averaging 8 points per contest. For Fargo South, Evan Booth, the 6' junior, averaging 7 points per game. And on the inbounds, the two-handed flush by Connor Kraft. He's got 7. High-tempo game early on, back and forth in this one. Both teams very efficient from the floor in terms of shooting as it goes right-hand side to Grant. Fargo South again has yet to lead here early on in this one. Hamilton drives, bounce pass across the paint. Bennett Bird was there on the backside. Help now up the other end of the floor. This one goes to Pollard, back to Bird on the inside. McGill trying to grab it. Now it's going to be a turnover on the Deacons. Fargo South in transition. They find Hamilton. Hamilton attacks Kraft, and Connor gets the swat. Then Jagger will come up with it the other way as the Deacons look to run to Pollard. Left block, good for 2. A difference of a 4-point little back and forth there for Fargo South. They probably wanted a little bit of a body foul on the drive. Nothing was granted. Deacons up by 4. Bruins at 6-5 in the conference. Fargo Shanley a half game behind at 5-5. Hamilton spins, hangs, left-handed layup, got it to go. Hamilton with the and one opportunity. The foul coming up here on Bennett Bird, his first, team's first, as Hamilton now with 7 points goes to the free throw line where he's 26 of 44 on the season. DeAndre Watson will check in for Cole Kegba here for Fargo South. For Fargo Shanley, Shenton Soka Porter, the 6' senior, will check in, and Hamilton gets it to go. James Hamilton already with 8 points to lead the floor for the Bruins. Connor Kraft has 7 for Fargo Shanley. The Deacons up by 1. Ball goes left-hand side. Soka Porter with the basketball. Right wing to Bird. Extra fine goes now to Pollard. Pollard top of the key to Tyler Kraft. Drives, kick out left-hand side. Shot clock nearing 10. Connor Kraft at the top of the key uses up that dribble as Tyler's going to leave it, and almost a turnover here as Pollard will handle it. Shot clock down to 3, down to 2. Three-pointer coming, and he got it. Connor Kraft in double digits now with 10. That's his 23rd three-pointer of the season, and the Deacons back up by 4. Fargo South of Hamilton. Hamilton drives, scoop shot, and we're going to get a traveling violation before the and one. So Hamilton will pick up the turnover. Substitution as Locker quickly comes back in. Diamond McGill will check out. Fargo Shanley leads it by 4, thanks in part to half the points coming by the junior Connor Kraft. Tyler Kraft with the basketball, brother to brother, playing a little two-man game there. Lost it for a moment. Soka Porter has it go off the right ankle of a Bruin as Fargo Shanley recovers. Bruins continue man defense. Connor Kraft drives, kick out to Soka Porter, rips it through top of the key. Now Connor Kraft triple, got it to go. Connor Kraft is in the zone with 13 points. He has scored 12 or more this season 9 times, and, well, it's going to continue to add on to that one here tonight. Drive by Grant, he gets fouled in the act of shooting. Dean will go to the free throw line. The foul coming here on Bird. That'll be his second, team second. Fargo South with 1 foul so far as a team. And at the line is the 6'4 junior Dean Grant. 12 of 20 from the free throw line here this season. Largest lead of the game for Fargo Shanley at 23-16. Free throw attempt by Grant, got it to go. Now with 4 points on the evening. As checking in, Anthony Water, a 6'9 senior, will come in for the Deacons. Also, you have Alex Wheelock, a 6' junior guard here for Fargo Shanley. Locker back on the floor for Fargo South. You also have Kegba and Watson on the block. As the free throw attempt rattles out by Grant, and the rebound comes down to Connor Kraft, his first of the contest. Fargo Shanley in the front court, open left baseline triple by Pollard. No, and the ball goes out of play. Last touch by Booth and Fargo South. As Diamond McGill with a quick break, he'll come in for Dean Grant, playing some good minutes so far, 4 points per game for head coach Mike Hendrickson. Midway point here of half number 1, but an opening flurry of points by particularly Connor Kraft and James Hamilton, the 1-2 punch for their respective teams. Shanley drives, kick out right-hand side, and a turnover for a second, but Locker is out of bounds on the baseline. The possession won't change. It'll stay with 12 seconds on the shot clock, or the officials will talk it over and give them a fresh 30. So 10:04 left to play here in half number one. They will keep the shot clock at 12. Inbounds coming as it goes to Connor Kraft. Connor goes right to the rim and finishes with the left hand and a foul to boot. So the foul coming here on Cole Kegba, his first, team second, and Connor Kraft continues to attack the paint, and why not? 15 points already for Fargo Shanley. Season high is 31 against Grand Forks Central on December the 21st, and at this rate, that's in jeopardy. 16 points already for the junior. Diamond McGill brings in the front court, largest lead now by the Deacons at 9. McGill, little hesitation, dribble against the paint, slip pass goes across to Watson, and a block by Warner. Fargo Shanley in transition, working with it the other way now to Wheelock. Ball goes right-hand side to Soka Porter, drives, little pass across the paint, and McGill's going to get the steal. McGill in transition, right-hand scoop and score. Diamond McGill with the 2 points in transition. A timeout on the floor. We'll break with them. 9:36 left to play in the opening half. Bruins down by 7 on your live event.
I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Mike Hendrickson takes a timeout here for Fargo South. They are led so far on the night by the 8 points of James Hamilton. 5 different players in the scoring column. For Fargo Shanley, they have 5 different players in the scoring column, but led by the 16 of Connor Kraft with 2 threes and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Connor Kraft right now is in the zone for Fargo Shanley. Bruins down by 7. 6 turnovers on the night. Fargo Shanley with 3. Connor Kraft, why not? Now to 18 points here for Fargo Shanley. This one goes right-hand side, Diamond McGill to Evan Booth, and the ball will go out of play off of Alex Wheelock. Deacons match their largest lead of the game right now at 9 as Fargo South will inbound it with Locker. Locker finds a teammate to Hamilton. Hamilton guarded there by Kraft. Right-hand side to McGill. McGill on the baseline, going to spin. Now to Kegba to the right baseline. Kegba takes a dribble kick out, top of the key. Hamilton, that one off the front iron, and a rebound to Alex. It's first of the context for Wheelock. Now it goes to Jager. Jager's pass. Locker was there for the steal, but then it goes right back to Water and Fargo Shanley. Water, scoop shot, no off the mark. Anthony gets it back, a second chance opportunity, no. And a board comes down to Fargo South with McGill, and will get a foul in the backcourt. The foul on Fargo Shanley, Carter Jager, his first, team's third, and a substitution as Dean Grant will be back on the floor here for Evan Booth. EDC standings coming into tonight. West Fargo Cheyenne leads the conference at 10-1. Fargo Davies second at 8-1, and West Fargo third at 8-2. Hamilton, right-handed, then goes to left-handed. Finish with the scoop off the backboard, and Hamilton now in double figures with 10. James Hamilton having himself a nice night, averages 19 points per contest. As now it goes to Fargo Shanley. Deacons right-hand side with the basketball to Wheelock. Now it goes down the interiors. Kegba jumps to passing lane, and shot clock will stay at 15 seconds here in this boys basketball contest here tonight between the Deacons and the Bruins. Reggie Funk handling the camera. Chase Miller with you here tonight on your live event. Go to yourliveevent.com to check out our complete schedule of games that we have for you throughout the week. And once we get into that tournament time of late February and early March. Inbounds. Connor Kraft shot off the mark. No, ball gets hit by Water, and Kraft gets the ball right back, and Kegba commits the foul. Kegba's second, team's third. Going to the free throw line is going to be Connor Kraft.
At the line, the Deacons, number 23, Connor Kraft, shooting 2.
Free throw attempt, 1 of 2 for Kraft. First one is in. Kraft now so far tonight, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He shot all 3 free throw attempts for Fargo Shanley. Fargo South, 2 of 3 from the line here this evening. Second free throw attempt upcoming for Kraft. That one is good as well. So Connor Kraft goes 2 for 2 from the line now with 20 points, and Fargo Shanley leads it by 9. We got 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. James Hamilton drives off the backboard. Can't get that one to go, and Carter Jager will handle it. Jager in the front court. Bounce pass across the paint. That goes to Wheelock. Back to right-hand side here, as that's going to be Tyler Kraft to Connor Kraft. Rises, shoots. The jumper is short, and Diamond McGill gets the rebound, his third. McGill in the front court finds Hamilton. Hamilton off the backboard for 2. Hamilton now with 12 to lead the Bruins. Fargo South hanging around in this one, down by 7. Little 2-3 zone now by Fargo South. Tyler Kraft will shoot a left wing three-pointer. That one's off the mark, and a rebound goes to Dean Grant. A bucket here to get back within 2 possessions. McGill attacks Jager. Shot off the mark, no good. And a backside rebound here, and we're going to get a timeout by Fargo Shanley. We'll break with them. 7:20 left to play in the first half. Deacons up by 7 on your live event.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
7:20 left to play here in the first half. Fargo Shanley leads it by 7 over the Fargo South Bruins here on your live event. The Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities fans. They want to thank their corporate sponsors of Gate City Bank, Sanford, Midco, and First International Bank for their continued support. To become a Bruin Booster Club member or to find out more information, click on the Activities tab on the Fargo South homepage website and then click on Booster Club. So after the timeout by Fargo Shanley and head coach Tony Paper, they'll have 4 in their back pocket. Probably trying to set up a play call here against a 2-3 zone. Find Connor Kraft, right short corner, and able to get that one from 14 feet. That's a good play design because Kraft has got 22 here for Fargo Shanley in the first half. Under 7 minutes to play before we get to a look at our first half numbers and preview a little what's coming up in the girls' game at the half. Diamond McGill in the front court, leaves it now as that's going to be with Locker. Locker drives to the 10, little double clutch now, and Connor Kraft gets his second rebound. As it works with it, Tyler Kraft up the floor to Jager, finds Connor in transition, three-pointer off the front iron, and Locker gets his second rebound of the game. Locker in the front court here, left wing uses up that dribble as it goes to Dean Grant, now between the circles. As that one's going to go right-hand side to DeAndre Watson. McGill, three-pointer, no. A rebound underneath. That's going to go to Tyler Kraft, and we have a reach and foul. Locker will pick up his first, team's fourth, as Tyler Kraft gets his first rebound of the game. Evan Booth back on the floor here for the Bruins. Deacons season high this year, 75. They've reached it twice against Grand Forks Central and in overtime against West Fargo, but they're well on pace to get there here tonight. And Bennett Bird gets to the 10, finishes from the left-hand side, his first 2 points. Bennett will have to play smart down the stretch here this first half with 2 personal fouls. Deacons, their largest lead of the game at 11. Hamilton hangs, shoots, and gets fouled on the spin. It'll either be on a Kim or a Kraft. 2 shots upcoming. The foul comes on Tyler Kraft. That'll be his first and the team's fourth. At the line to shoot 2 is going to be Hamilton. Fargo South 2 of 3. Now make them 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Hamilton with 13 points in the game. Free throw attempt number 2, the season high for Hamilton, 29 points earlier this year against Devils Lake. And Hamilton's nearly halfway there now with 14 in this first half. Fargo Shanley back with a single-digit lead now with the rock. Tyler Kraft to Akim, right of the key here as Akim leaves it right-hand side now to Connor Kraft. Playing a little two-man game on the interior with Akim. Double team comes. Akim spins to the paint. Left-handed shot off the back iron twice, and a rebound to Evan Booth. Fargo South here with Diamond McGill. Leaves it to Hamilton. Hamilton from the free throw line between the legs. Spins, hangs, and he gets fouled in the act of shooting. Connor Kraft will pick up the foul. That'll be his first, team's 5th. Nice move there by Hamilton to go between the legs, spin, and try to finish with the opposite hand. Hamilton with 14 points on the evening. Now with 15. It's kind of who can outduel the other right now between Hamilton, if you will, and Kraft for Fargo Shanley. Both of them having phenomenal offensive evenings as James Hamilton 5 of 5 from the free throw line, a Sweet 16, and the Bruins cut that deficit now down to 7. So a little mini 4-0 run here for Fargo South. Hakim looking on the inside. Diamond McGill gets in front, but it rolls to Tyler Kraft, and McGill gets in front again, and Connor Kraft picks up a foul in the backcourt. Good job by McGill to get the hand in the passing lane, bat the ball away not once but twice. Now Connor Kraft picks up his second and the team's sixth. As checking out of the contest here for Fargo Shanley will be Hakim and Kraft. You have Byrne on the floor with Pollard, alongside with him Carter Jager, Tyler Kraft, and Bennett Bird alongside with Wheelock here for the Deacons. So with a valuable asset on the bench here for Fargo Shanley, can South capitalize? Right-hand side as it goes to DeAndre Watson. McGill now at the top of the key, back to the right-hand side, and Watson lost it across the paint. Ends up with a Bruin, though, somehow, and one. Guess who? James Hamilton now with 18. The foul comes on Tyler Kraft. He picks up his second, team seventh. And Hamilton now with 18 points on the night. And the Deacons see that run continue here by Fargo South, a little 6-0 run.
Hamilton at the line, shooting 1.
Hamilton, this to get to 19 points on the night, and he does. Hamilton, the sophomore, averaging 19 points per game. He's got it in the opening 12 minutes. Well, actually 13 minutes and change, but regardless, points per minute right now for Hamilton and Connor Kraft is ridiculous. Three-pointer by the Deacons off the mark, no good by Wheelock, and a rebound comes down to Cole Kegba, his second. Fargo South don't look now, a bucket to get back within one possession. Hamilton spins on the baseline, right-hand scoop, no Kegba. Offensive rebound, ball goes out of play. As good job by Fargo Shanley there, and Jackson Paul to bat the basketball off of Kegba's knee. So Cole gets the board, but then a turnover there, and Fargo South right now seeing a little 2-3 zone, see a little man-to-man defense. They'll continue to play a little man here in the last couple of minutes. McGill guarding the point, good hedge by Hamilton. Yeager's pass goes across the paint and stolen away by Dean Grant. 6th turnover now by Fargo Shanley. McGill crosses over, spins at the free throw line, kick to Evan Booth, right baseline triple, no. Hamilton rebound, gets fouled in the act of shooting. Jackson Paul with his first, team's 8th, and James Hamilton goes back to the free throw line. A chance to surpass 20 or get to 20 points here in the first half. First of two upcoming here for the sophomore. That one rattles out. It's the second missed free throw of the first half for Fargo South. First one missed by Hamilton. This to get it back to a one-possession game, and Hamilton got the friendly roll. Now with 20 points on the young evening here on a Tuesday. Shanley in the front court with Wheelock. Wheelock passes it across the paint. That goes to Pollard. Back to Wheelock here as shot clock down to 15. Bounce pass. So Jackson Paul, that one goes through to Jager, and Jager lost it the other way. Baseball pass up the floor. McGill to Hamilton, left-handed layup for two. Hamilton with 22 points, and the Bruins are back within one. Well, since Connor Kraft picked up his second, we said, could the Bruins take advantage? And the answer is an emphatic yes. A 1-point deficit now for Fargo South, 3:31 left to play here in the first half. It's EDC Boys Basketball and your live event.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Fargo Shanley takes their second timeout here of this contest as the Deacons right now see what was a double-digit lead all the way trimmed down now to 1. Take a look back here in just the last nearly 4 minutes of game action. Fargo South has outscored Fargo Shanley 10-4, but again, they were trailing by double digits, and since then they've just continued to put the pressure on and taking full advantage here. And for Tony Paper, it's how can he get to the half without either having Connor Kraft, Tyler Kraft, or Bennett Bird trying to pick up their third personal foul. And one way is having the Kraft brothers on the bench. Bennett Bird right now playing out there in Fargo. Shanley looking to find their offensive rhythm after Connor is on the bench with 22 points right now to lead the floor. Deacons trying to get this one right to the 10, and doing that's going to be Jack Pollard, as Pollard with his 4th point of the evening, and the Deacons lead it by 3. Fargo South, Hamilton. Hamilton drives to the baseline, hang, shoot, shot, lost it on the way up. Ball goes off a play and off of Pollard here for the Deacons. Fargo South will have Locker will check in for Cole Kegba. The Bruins have never led in this game. It was tied at 3, tied at 13, and now they're going to try to tie it here again, but at 36 if they can help it. Hamilton across the paint, stolen away by Pollard. Nice job help defense there by the Deacons. Jager in the front court here, guarded by Diamond McGill. Ball goes left-hand side. Fargo South with 2 fouls to give before it's a 1-and-1 for Fargo Shanley. Pollard, as Locker was trying to front, the help came late by Grant and Jackson. Jack Pollard now with 6 points and 4 consecutive here for the Deacons. Across for Hamilton and got it to go. James Hamilton now with 24 on the night, and the Bruins down by 3. Fargo Shanley leaves it left-hand side. Bennett Bird on the interior, going right to the tip, right-handed layup. On the offensive answer off the break has been this man, Jack Pollard. The foul comes on Dean Grant, his first, team's 5th. Pollard, the last 2 possessions, has got 2 field goals, and you add just what they had there on this one. He got right to the rim. So Pollard with 6 points in the game, averages 8. Makes free throw attempt number 1. Pollard now 7 of 9 from the free throw line here this season. Second one upcoming. Got it. Pollard now with 8 points. Fargo Shanley sees that lead grow back up to 5 as we near the 2-minute mark here of half number 1. A very free-flowing back and forth kind of a game where we've seen some defensive stops, but we've seen a lot of quality offense here by Connor Kraft and alongside with James Hamilton. Shot off the mark by Locker. Rebound comes down to Jager. Ball gets intercepted then by Fargo South. Other end of the floor, and they got it for 2. This is James Hamilton with the runner and the floater. He's got 26. His season high is 29. He might get that in the first half. Back to a 2-3 zone here for Fargo South. Shanley with Jager, bound with the pass left-hand side, gets it right back from Alex Wheelock. Now it goes to Bennett Bird, and batting the basketball out of bounds is Hamilton. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 89 seconds left to play here in half number 1. Deacons will inbound it with the 6-foot junior. Ball goes right-hand side. Jack Pollard, right baseline triple, long rebound. That'll come to Fargo South here, and William Locker is 3rd. Bruins in the front court now as they handle it with Locker. Locker looking for the right-hand side, finds Hamilton. Hamilton crossing over, gets right to the 10, right-handed scoop and score! Hamilton now with 28 on the night for Fargo South. The Bruins back within 1. We still have 19 minutes of basketball left, for crying out loud, at least. 3-pointer Jager off the mark. The ball gets tipped in right to a Deacon and Paul. And then we're going to have the ball go out of play off of Booth. So it'll stay Fargo Shanley basketball, as coming into the contest will be Tyler Kraft. Kraft will come in for Jackson Paul. Kraft 3 points on the evening with the rebound, playing through some foul trouble as he's got 2 right now here for the Deacons. Jager with the basketball to the left of the key, guarded there by McGill. Jager drives, McGill cuts him off. Now to Bennett Bird. Bird goes right down Broadway as it opens up. Right-handed layup off the back iron and a rebound to Hamilton. Hamilton up the other end of the floor. A bucket here to give Fargo South their first lead of the contest. Locker, McGill, this for the lead. A right wing 3, got it to go! Diamond McGill with his 10th made 3-pointer of the season. The Bruins have their first lead. Now it goes on the inside here to Pollard. That one off the mark short. The rebound comes down to Dean Grant, his second. McGill in transition will pull it out with 15 seconds. Back to Grant to Locker, left-hand side. 10 seconds now to McGill. McGill kicks back to Grant. Grant, handoff, Hamilton. Hamilton bounce pass to McGill, and we're going to have an offensive charge. Good defense by Fargo. Shanley taking a charge in Carter Jager. The foul comes on Hamilton. That'll be his first and the team's sixth. So now Fargo Shanley with 3.6 seconds, a chance to go the length of the floor the other side here for the Deacons. As Connor Kraft will quickly come back in here. You have Tyler Kraft trying to ask for it. Connor Kraft tries. This one gets tipped out. Evan Booth, three-pointer before the buzzer is short, and that's how we'll end this first half of play. A very entertaining 18 minutes here from Fargo South. It's the Bruins up by 2 here on your live event.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
My dream career is to be an esthetician because it allows me to branch out and do different things on different people every day.
My dream career is to be a cosmetologist, and that's because I enjoy putting a smile on other people's faces. Putting a smile on other people's faces also puts a smile on my face.
My dream career is to be a massage therapist because I get to help people every day.
My dream career is becoming a nail tech because there are endless possibilities and I can get really creative with it.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Reggie Funk handling the camera. Chase Miller with you here from the Fargo South High School Bruin Den. It's the Deacons and the Bruins, and Fargo South leads at 42-40 in a very entertaining 18 minutes of play here in EDC boys basketball. Let's take a look at the first half numbers. Team numbers here for Fargo South. 5 players in the scoring column. They're 8 of 10 from the free throw line with 4 3-pointers for Fargo Shanley. They have 6 players in the scoring column, 6 of 6 from the line with 4 made threes here for the Deacons. Fargo South 13 rebounds, 9 turnovers. Fargo Shanley 10 rebounds to 9 turnovers as well. Individual numbers, James Hamilton 7 of 8 from the free throw line, has 1 3-pointer, has 28 points in the game. His season high again is 29. James Hamilton with 28 points in the first half for Fargo South. Diamond McGill with a 3, he's got 5. 4 points by Dean Grant with a 3. Got a 3-pointer as well by Fargo South, and then 2 here by Cole Kegba for the Fargo South Bruins. Again, Fargo South you got a 3 by Kobe Jones, Dean Grant. So Grant has 7 points here for Fargo South for the Bruins. And again, Fargo South led by the 28 of James Hamilton. For Fargo Shanley, 22 points by Connor Kraft. He's 4 for 4 from the line with 2 made 3-pointers for Connor. Kraft again with 22. 3 points then to Carter Jager. 3 as well by Tyler Kraft. 2 points by Jackson Paul. 2 by Bennett Bird, and a big 8 off the bench by Jack Pollard here for Fargo Shanley, and 2 for 2 from the line. So 22 points for Connor Kraft and 8 by Jack Pollard. When we come back, we'll get you set for what's coming up here later tonight between the Bruins and the Deacons in EDC girls basketball. Again, at the half, it's Fargo South 42, Fargo Shanley 40 here on your live event.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
If you want help from a firm who has integrity, respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the benefit of the community, then look no further than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys are dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, and Castleton, or visit our website at www.onsteadlaw.com.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available. Welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
Fargo South up by 2 after 18 minutes of play in EDC boys basketball. Coming up here in the girls contest, Fargo South will play Fargo Shanley. And Fargo South hasn't beat the Deacons in 23 meetings in the girls contest. Last win for Fargo South came in the Class A state semifinals. Dating back to the Class A state semifinals, last win for Fargo South in the regular season came back in the 2009-2010 campaign in girls basketball, where the Deacons got swept by Fargo South. So that's coming up next later tonight between Fargo South and Fargo Shanley. Again, Fargo Shanley has won 23 straight in that series meeting between the Bruins and the Deacons in EDC girls basketball. Taking a look later tonight, Minot at Bismarck High in Class A boys hoops, number 2 versus number 3. Also this evening, you have Red River at Moorhead in a non-conference tilt. Fargo North came into tonight at 5-6 in the conference, going up against the 0-8 Highliners in Valley City. Fargo Davies at 8-1 down in Wahpeton. The Huskies at 1-9. Then Devils Lake at West Fargo. The Firebirds at 2-6, and West Fargo at 8-2 in EDC conference play. With this one, Fargo South, if they were to win, they would improve to 7-5 in the conference and get one step closer to trying to be a top 4 team, at least a top 5 and earn a bye into the EDC quarterfinals. You have South at 6-5 in the conference, Red River at 5-4, Shanley at 5-5, and North at 5-6. South beat North a week ago tonight, but fell against Grand Forks Central. For Fargo, Shanley beat Wahpeton 2 weeks ago tonight, but lost to West Fargo Cheyenne their last time out on January the 18th. So that's a look at what's ahead and also what's coming up for both Fargo South and Fargo Shanley here in the girls contest and what's around the EDC here tonight. Quick timeout. We're back after this with our second half. Fargo South led by the 28 first half points by the 6'3 sophomore James Hamilton. Fargo Shanley led by the 22 first half points by the 6'5 junior in Connor Kraft. Second half action coming up next here from South High.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org. As we get ready for the second half here on your live event, for complete coverage of what we have to offer throughout the week, go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com. You can check out the games up and down the Red River Valley, North Dakota, Minnesota, from Section 6A to Section 8AA, from Fargo as well to Hillsborough to Tower City, Lisbon, and beyond. You can check it all at yourliveevent.com. Well, I don't know how we're going to be able to match an entertaining 18 minutes here in the first half if we can get that here to start this second half of play. As Fargo South, they will start with Dean Grant on the floor. You also got James Hamilton, Diamond McGill, Cole Kegba, and William Locker, the original starting five here for Fargo South. For the Fargo Shanley Deacons to start this second half, they'll have Connor Kraft alongside Vakiri Hakim. You have Tyler Kraft, Jackson Paul on the floor, and Carter Jager, the original starting five here for the Deacons as well. Fargo Shanley held a double-digit lead, and then all of a sudden Fargo South took a lead to go into the half for their first of the game, and Fargo Shanley says, we want it right back to start the second half. Tyler Kraft with the triple, as it's now the fifth three-pointer of the contest here for Fargo Shanley, so that didn't take long. Instant offense here in this second half. Deacons continue man defense, and Fargo South will have their first turnover here of the second. Coming into tonight, I think these two numbers are going to go away because Shanley was 5-0 when holding teams under 51. The Bruins almost had that in the first half, while Fargo South 6-2 in scoring 61 or more. They might need 70, 80 points here tonight to beat the Deacons. We're going to have a turnover on the opposite side. Cole Kegba came down to double with Diamond McGill, and the ball goes off the shoe of Connor Kraft, so a turnover for Fargo Shanley. Fargo South now will bring in the front court here. Diamond McGill to Cole Kegba. Kegba looking back door to Hamilton. Ball gets deflected, but then right to a Bruin here. And Dean Grant goes down the paint to Kegba. Shot no. Grant gets the ball back. Gets one to go. Dean Grant now with 9 points, 3 rebounds. He has a couple of threes as well. He's been the second answer offensively here for the Bruins so far tonight. Fargo Shanley working with it in the front court. Hakim Yeager, left-hand side as Connor Kraft is posting up. Now it goes to Hakim. He goes down the paint, right-handed layup. No, Connor Kraft tries to collect it. This one going to go right in front of the Fargo Shanley bench. Great job by Connor Kraft to get down on the floor, and another possession here for the Deacons and an offensive charge. Good job by Cole Kegba right in front of that semicircle to grow some roots, and Carter will pick up the foul. That'll be Jager's second and the team's first here of this second half. Still to come again, EDC girls basketball tonight. Fargo South and Fargo Shanley probably going to tip off at around 7:45 or so. We'll have that one for you right here on your live event. Kegba right at the key, takes a dribble, bounce pass across the paint. Locker rises from the left baseline, is short, and the rebound comes down to Tyler Kraft. Now it goes to Connor Kraft. Connor Kraft goes right down the paint, right-handed layup off the mark. No, and we got a foul here on Hakim trying to get the offensive board as Grant had the position. Foul comes again on Vakiri Hakim, his first and the team's second. Fargo Shanley with 3 timeouts remaining. Fargo South with 4 for the conclusion of this regulation. As Fargo South right now, we'll see a little full court press coming up here by the Deacons. Diamond McGill, bounce pass to Locker. Locker looking up the floor, finds Hamilton at center court, and that could be an over and back. Very close to being an over and back violation there on the Bruins. Refs will allow it to continue to play. Hamilton, now it goes to Dean Grant. Grant will handle it, looking back door, nothing there. Now to Kegba at the free throw line. 16-footer upcoming for Kegba off the mark, and Connor Kraft with his 4th rebound. To Jager in transition to Hakim, down the paint, left-handed layup for 2. Nice spin move by the junior, Mercuria Kim, for his first 2 points of the evening. Deacons up by 1, and Fargo Shanley almost gets a full court press steal. The Deacons, winners of 2 of their last 3 games, and it's the same for Fargo South, winners of 2 of their last 3. Fargo Shanley after tonight will play Thursday against Davies at home. Fargo South will wait till Saturday for their next contest, hosting Red River. And there's a little defense by Connor Kraft to get the block shot of James Hamilton. 15 seconds on the shot clock here. Hamilton is yet to score in this second half, and the same for Connor Kraft, both again with 20-plus points. Kegba now in the backcourt to McGill. Diamond will call it the offense. Diamond goes down the paint, lost it for a moment. Regains possession now to Grant. Grant will handle it to Hamilton with 4, with 3. Hamilton drive, kick out right-hand side. McGill rises, gets the shot up before the buzzer, and it tickles a twine. Diamond McGill now with 7, and they needed all 30 seconds of that shot clock and some for McGill to get that shot off as the Bruins are back up by 1. Tyler Kraft in the front court, guarded there by Grant. Kraft looking on the interior, nothing there. Now back up top to Yeager. Around the horn, little 4-out 1, and the 1 is Connor Kraft. He's got 4 Bruins around him, and that comes the steal with James Hamilton. Hamilton in transition throws one up, and we're going to have an offensive charge here on Hamilton. Hamilton a little off balance there, trying to throw it up and get the ball back. I'm going to say that Carter had the position, and James Hamilton will pick up his second, team's first of the second half here for Fargo South. As Bennett Bird will check in to the game, as coming out will be Jackson Paul. Bennett Bird with 2 points off the bench. In our pregame conversation with Tony Paper, I kind of asked about Bennett Bird and some guys, and he said, hey, we'll love everyone to have Bennett's motor in his kind of heart. And this kind of plays like that might not score you, 20 points a night, but he will do all the dirty little things. Jagger, three-pointer, left wing off the heel of the rim. Then it takes another hop, and right there is going to be Connor Kraft for the end one. Kraft now with 24 points on the night. The foul comes on McGill, his second, team second, and we got Connor down for 5 rebounds as well. This to try to get to 25 on the evening, and he got it to go. 25 points, 5 of 5 from the free throw line for Connor Kraft. And the Deacons are up by 2. Full court press continues by Fargo Shanley. Diamond McGill up the far sideline here. McGill gets it to the right wing, drives right-hand side to Kegba. Kegba to Locker. Locker left wing rises for the three-pointer off the front iron. And Fargo Shanley kind of had Connor Kraft and Jagger. That one will go out of play on the baseline. Fargo South with Evan Booth will check in here as Locker will come out of the contest. Booth to the left of the baseline here for Fargo South. The Bruins again led by the 28 first half points by Hamilton. Fargo Shanley led by the 25 of Connor Kraft. This one, Grant left wing triple. That one rattles out, and a rebound comes down to Carter Jagger. Jagger in the front court here, leaves it left-hand side to Tyler Kraft. Kraft, little probing, looking. Hakim now to Connor Kraft. Back to Tyler at the left wing. Tyler goes to the paint. Teardrop runner, got it for 2. Tyler Kraft with 8 points. He averages 13.5 per contest. The future Cobber with 5 in the second half. Diamond McGill gets by the press. Now to Grant, right baseline, three-pointer long and a board to Yeager. That's going to be Jagger's fourth. Jagger up the floor to Connor Kraft, lost it as it's going to be back to Fargo Shanley. Now to Tyler, to Connor across the paint. Connor trying to spin to the baseline as he does, off the backboard for 2. Connor Kraft now with 27 to lead Fargo Shanley. Booth open left wing three-pointer is off the mark. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to Fargo Shanley. So Deacons up by 6. 13-13 left to play here in regulation. As Kobe Jones will check into the game here for Fargo South. Coming back on the floor is going to be Pollard here for the Deacons, also with Alex Wheelock here for Fargo Shanley. As Tyler Kraft will handle the point guard spot here for the Deacons. Season high for Fargo Shanley is 75. Season high in scoring for Fargo South is 83. And it might take all of that to get there tonight. Little two-man game. Tyler to Connor. Turnover. Working with it is Kegba the other way. 2-on-2. Kegba goes hard down the paint. Right hand layup for 2. Defense to offense. Cole Kegba now with 4 points and 3 boards. Connor Kraft in transition. The other side guarded there by Diamond McGill. He has some size. 6'5". Diamond at 6 foot. That's been a fun battle so far tonight. Connor Kraft goes down the paint. Cole Kegma gets the block off the backboard. Now to Hamilton to Jones. Jones gives it to Diamond Miguel in the front court. Miguel goes right down Main Street, and the swat comes by Connor Kraft. Oh, we're seeing some defense here in the second half. First half, a lot of offense in terms of efficiency. Guys just getting to the 10, guys getting open looks, and now in the last couple of minutes, it's been more of a defensive kind of game. Kick ball there by Tyler. 20 seconds on the shot clock as the Bruins will inbound it with Kobe Jones, the 5'8" senior forward, kind of taking more of a role player position here this season. Gives it to Hamilton, who gets fouled, and James will go to the free throw line. If this is on Bennett Bird, this will be his third. Foul coming here on Bennett. That'll be his third, team's third. Going to the free throw line is James Hamilton. For the first time tonight, we'll be shooting free throws here in the second half. He has 7 of 8 from the free throw line, though, in the game. And these are the first points of the night for James Hamilton. Has matched a season high, now 29. This to give him the season high outright, and he got it. Hamilton now with a season high for Fargo South in a game. He's got 30 of the Bruins' 50 points with 12:20 left to play here in regulation. Connor Kraft, three-pointer off the mark, no good. Hamilton soars for the rebound. Hamilton now in the front court here, going one-on-one to Connor Kraft. Little Euro step down the paint, and Kraft saw that one and blocked it away. Checking back in will be DeAndre Watson. He'll come in for Cole Kegma. Watson, a 6'3" junior forward. Jones slated to inbound here again for Fargo South. Booth is open on the baseline, gets it in now. That one's going to go to Watson, top of the key. McGill, three-pointer on the way, off the back iron, and a board comes down to Jack Pollard. Pollard's first of this second half. Deacons up by 2, trying to get it back to a 2-possession lead. Bennett Bird, this one's going to get skipped, and Jones almost gets the steal, and now he does. Jones in transition, up the floor. Hamilton lost it. That's a tough one there as Jones put about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's where he just probably wanted a little 50-mile-an-hour bounce pass across the paint. Instead, it's a turnover for Fargo South. Carter Jager will check in as Tyler Kraft will check out. Here's the Deacons, lead it by 2. This one just as came in, you thought on paper these two teams could have a back-and-forth kind of game in terms of where both teams are in the EDC standings. Both teams feel like they're about as much at 100% health as you possibly can get. Bennett Bird, three-pointer off the mark. Rebound comes down to Watson. This one just has the makings of an early EDC tournament kind of game. Hamilton shot gets blocked by Connor Kraft. Inside and getting fouled is DeAndre Watson. Kraft with the block. It ends up with Watson's hands, who spins and picks up a foul on Carter Jager. His third, team's fourth. And going to the free throw line is DeAndre Watson. Last time they played, Fargo South was limited to just a season-low 48 points at McCormick Gymnasium on December the 10th, where the Deacons won. Fargo Shanley has won 2 straight here in the series, and last 15 it's been owned by the Deacons. Shanley has won 13 of the last 15 against Fargo South in boys basketball. Anthony Water will check in here for Fargo Shanley, as Connor Kraft will check out of the game. Cole Kegma returns here as well for Fargo South. Free throw attempt number 2 here by Watson. Got it to go. DeAndre now 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Fargo South. They're 3 of 4 here in the second half. Bruins down by 1. Water sets a high ball screen here for Alex Wheelock. Wheelock goes to the paint. Haynes shoots that one off the mark. Water tries to get the rebound underneath. He does, but he was out of play here on Fargo Shanley. And this one just has the feel of it. All the other games in the conference, kind of teams on the top going up against teams on the bottom for EDC games here tonight. Now, that's not to say there might not be an upset, but teams 1 and 2 and Fargo North going up against Valley City, you feel like those can be clubs that can find a way to win. North at Valley will be an interesting one here later tonight, though, just to see how Ted Critchley's team a week ago had a couple players in Lohlberg and May out of the contest. Hamilton spins on the baseline. Water gets the block not once but twice, and then it's going to go off at James. So the 6'9" senior Anthony Water playing some defense on the baseline. A really good first step there by James Hamilton to get to the paint, but the problem was Water was pretty much even with the backboard and able to block it not once but twice. Now Water posting up and over pass, comes, gets it, 2 points, got it. Anthony Warner with his first 2 points tonight. Deacons up by 3. But going back to the EDC for the slate of games, thought this one just could be an indication of what you might see in March come the EDC tournament. It kind of has it all so far here tonight. Kegba, ball fake, power dribble, gets to the paint, shot off the mark. Warner gets his rebound. Now the Deacons will want to push in transition here with Jager. Jager guarded there by Jones. Warner posting up again. This is where you're trying to have good backside defense. Flashing to the high post jumper on the way. Off the heel of the rim by Pollard. And Kobe Jones skies for the loose ball. Jones to Hamilton. Extra find to Booth. Booth three-pointer off the rim. No good. And a rebound comes down to Jack Pollard. Pollard quickly up the other end of the floor here for Fargo Shanley. Pollard's asking for it. Warner's posting up on the interior. Pollard right baseline. Shot clock down to 20 as Fargo Shanley will call it the offense. Pollard, top of the key. The wheel lock, Alex back to the right-hand side. Pollard, right pocket three coming. That's going to be long, and Hamilton gets the rebound. Fargo South scored 42 points in the first half. Fargo Shanley with 40. The Deacons right now with 14 second-half points to Fargo South's 9. Hamilton on the inside, and we're going to have a travel before the foul here on Hamilton. And James will have the 12th turnover of the game as Hamilton will check out with Jones and Booth. Diamond McGill comes back on the floor alongside with Dean Grant, Cole Kegba, William Locker, and Watson here for Fargo South. So as much as we saw that up and down offensive kind of game in half number one, very different here in the second half. More defense. Team starting to miss a little bit, maybe getting a little tired out there. Warner gets it in for two. You got to front the big man at 6'9", and a good transition and good little movement from the left wing to the right baseline there for Fargo Shanley as they're able to beat the defense on the backside. Now Shanley for the first time tonight will go to a little 2-3 zone. This one goes on the interior off of Watson, or it's going to be, say, off of Anthony Warner here of Fargo Shanley. So 8:39 left to play here in regulation. Deacons lead it by 5. Inbounds coming, Cole Kegba inside the paint. No, Kegba gets a second chance. That one off the mark now to Diamond McGill. And Diamond McGill, left baseline, he'll shoot the three-pointer. That one's going to rattle out. Rebound will come in to DeAndre Watson. Third time is the charm indeed for the Bruins on that possession, and they're back within 3. Shanley, left-hand side, Carter Jager there, guarded by Diamond McGill. Jager gets by McGill, rises from 13 feet, passes to Warner for 2. Warner now with 6 points here and a large 6 here in the second half to lead the Deacons in scoring just in the second half. Grant up top to Diamond McGill, back to Grant here. Bounce pass goes. Now it's to Kegba. Kegba shot blocked there by Warner, and it's going to go the other way. Jack Pollard up the other end of the floor, and we're going to have the ball go off Carter Jager. So turnover here on the Deacons. Tyler Kraft and Connor Kraft are back on the floor for Fargo Shanley. James Hamilton comes in here for Fargo South. In the 13-13 mark, it was a 5-point lead for the Deacon, a 6-point lead. Now it's down to 5 with 7:42 left to play. Neither team has scored a lot since then. 6 points apiece as we have a foul here on Bennett Bird. Bird will pick up his 4th, team's 5th. For Fargo South in the second half, they just have 2 team fouls. Substitution, checking in will be Jackson Paul in for Bennett Bird. The Bruins have 4 timeouts remaining. Fargo South with 4. Fargo Shanley with 3. McGill looking inbound as he does. Gives it to Dean Grant. Grant now to Hamilton to the right baseline. McGill shoots the three-pointer. That rattles in. Diamond McGill, 5 points in each half. Has 2 threes in the game. He's in double digits now with 10. And Fargo South cuts this deficit to 2. Connor Kraft, right-hand side now to Tyler. Tyler with it, rips it through, takes a couple dribbles, lost it, and a turnover here on Fargo Shanley. The Deacons' turnover starting to rise. They have 16, and Alex Wheelock will check in as Tyler Kraft will check out. Fargo South will inbound the basketball as they'll handle it with Diamond McGill, and the Deacons continue that extended little 2-3 zone. High post touch goes to Kegba. Kegba passes now to Grant. Grant to McGill. McGill the top of the key, finds Locker. He'll shoot the three-pointer on the way off the rim. No ball. Gets tipped out to Anthony Warner. Rebound there for Warner. That's his 3rd. Other end of the floor here for Fargo Shanley to Jager. Jager, left wing, Locker there on the guard. Carter's going to use up his dribble. Water trying to post up. Locker almost gets a steal. Jager gets it right back. Now it's going to be a three-pointer left wing off the mark by Jackson Paul and a board to Dean Grant. Now we're going to get a tie-up in the backcourt. Possession favors Fargo South. Substitution here. Evan Booth will check in as Dean Grant will check out. In the first half, Connor Kraft for Fargo Shanley scored 22 of the Deacons' 40 points. In comparison, James Hamilton for the Bruins scored 28 of Fargo South's 42. Since then, Hamilton only 2 points from the free throw line here in the second. And Kraft has 5 points, 1 from the free throw line here in the second half as well. We have a reach and foul. Wheelock will pick up the foul. That'll be his first, team sixth, as Tyler Kraft will check in for Jager. And now the Bruins will be in the bonus from here on out, down by 2. Pollard returns to the floor as well as Jackson Paul will check out here for Fargo Shanley. McGill to Locker. Locker, right-hand side, Booth. Ball goes around the horn. McGill, this for the lead. Three-pointer, got it to go! Diamond McGill, his third made three of the contest. He's got 13 points now on the night, and the Bruins are up by 1. 6 minutes left to play here in regulation. Kraft, top of the key, rips it through. Connor, right-hand side, that goes to Pollard. Pollard back up top to Wheelock. Wheelock with the basketball, drives to Pollard. Shot clock under 10. Pollard gets to the rim, got it to go. Pollard in double digits with 10 as well now for Fargo Shanley, as the Deacons are back up by 1. Back and forth we go here in the second half. Locker, right-hand side, Crow hops through the paint, finds McGill. McGill rips it through, takes a couple of dribbles, back to Locker. Shot clock now to 15 as the Deacons continue in this 2-3 zone. With it, ball gets skipped to McGill. McGill rips it through, takes a dribble, tries to find a teammate, hangs, shoots, shot off the mark. No, ball never hit the iron. Kegba tried to save it. Ball will go out of play off of Kegba. There's a lot of size on the back end. You got Warner at 6'9", Connor Kraft at 6'5" there for Fargo Shanley on that 2-3 zone, and then Jack Pollard at 6'2", so some size there for the Deacons on the bottom half of that 2-3 zone. Fargo South continues man-to-man. Connor Kraft inside Warner. Warner triple team comes extra fine. This one right at the key. Wheelock three. That one rattles out, and a rebound to Dean Grant, who's got a number of boards tonight on the backside. Diamond McGill to Locker. Locker will handle it here. Spins, goes hard to the paint. Warner gets the block shot. No, they're going to say that Locker lost it on the way up by himself. No touch by Warner as it goes back to Fargo Shanley. 60-59. Coming up, we'll name you our player of the game. Quick stats, an abbreviated post-game show as we will get ready for the girls contest later tonight between the Deacons and the Bruins in EDC girls basketball. Warner at the free throw line. Drive, kick, three-pointer, Wheelock. That's good! Alex off the bench with his first made three of the season. Now that is large. It gives the Deacons a 4-point lead. Ball goes right-hand side. A timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. 4:26 left to play in regulation. Deacons up by 4 here on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Fargo Shanley 63, Fargo South 59 here in the second half. Anthony Warner off the bench with 6 points. You got a 3 by Alex Wheelock as well, and a Jack Pollard 2-pointer. Those are some large points here in the second half for Fargo Shanley. In the second half, it's been Diamond McGill on the opposite side for the Bruins. He has 8 points here for Fargo South. Everybody else has 3, 2, or none. So it's been back and forth here where we've seen role players step up. First half, the storyline and the headlines was James Hamilton with 28 points in the first half. He has 30 right now for Fargo South. Also, 8, make that 9 of 10 from the free throw line. For Fargo Shanley, the headline was the 6'5 junior Connor Kraft. 22 points in the first half with 4 of 4 from the line. He currently has 27. So both defenses kind of eyed up on them, made it more challenging for those respective players to score, which has allowed some other role players to get going. And Diamond McGill just calling the closer here for the Bruins. 2 3-pointers in the second half now with 13 points. So after the timeout by Mike Hendrickson, both teams will have 3 timeouts remaining for the conclusion of this one. Deacons go back to a man-to-man defense after going 2-3 zone for the last handful of minutes. Hamilton, top of the key, guard there by Connor Kraft, lost it. Turnover. Pollard the other way. Pollard tries to get by Locker. Right-handed layup, no. Rebound to Hamilton, and the Bruins want to run. This one to Diamond McGill. McGill goes behind the back off of Pollard. Good hustle, though, by Jack to get back defensively. Dean Grant back on the floor awfully quick as Locker will check out. Evan Booth, man, that has 26 three-pointers on this season and shoots 41% from beyond the arc, held scoreless so far here tonight for the Bruins. This one will go to McGill. McGill at the right baseline, jab step there on Tyler Kraft. Under 4 minutes to play here in regulation. Fargo South 6-5 in conference play. Fargo Shanley 5-5. It's a large one. This one on the interior, and Kraft picks up the foul. Connor, his third, team 7th, going to the line to shoot 2 is James Hamilton. Hamilton, 9 of 10 from the free throw line for the sophomore, as season high here with 30 points for Fargo South, and he's just a sophomore. Free throw attempt number 1 rattles out. This to try to get it back to a 1-possession deficit here for Fargo South. Second half, the Bruins are 3 of 5 now from the free throw line and make them 4 of 6. Hamilton, 1 of 2, 31 on the night. Fargo South back within a possession, down by 3. Bruins, we've seen some 2-3 zone. They will continue in the man half court right now. This one goes up top. Ball gets reversed around the horn of Pollard. Left wing, Warner trying to set a ball screen to get Connor Kraft open, and instead he wasn't planted, and a turnover here and also a foul. Anthony will pick up his first and the team's 8th. If Fargo South, though, if you go about 2.5 minutes later into the game and they're down by 5 points, let's say as an example, they got a number of fouls to give to get Fargo Shanley to the free throw line. They just have 2 team fouls. Fargo Shanley in comparison right now with 8. Bounce pass left-hand side, Kagebot. Kagebot tries to get by Warner. Good defense as he was able to get by Warner, but Wheelock was just hanging there in the weeds and battled the basketball away from Kagebot. Evan Booth to inbound it here to the left of the baseline for Fargo South. A 3 to tie, a 2 to get back within 1. This one, top of the key. Diamond wants the 3 to tie, no good. Bounce goes to Grant, but Grant can't get the rebound to go for the 2 points. Warner collects the miss, and Fargo Shanley turns the ball over on the other end of the floor. They're 17th of the game. This is right at the numbers for Fargo Shanley. The Deacons average 62 points per contest. They give up 60, and essentially is our score right now with 3 minutes left to play. Shanley back to that 2-3 zone. Diamond McGill finds Booth. Booth goes back to the top of the key to McGill. Trying to get the left short corner to Hamilton. Nothing there. Right-hand side to Grant. Shot clock now down to 12. Kegba. Kegba takes a dribble. Bounce pass finds Hamilton to the left short corner off the window for 2. James Hamilton, his first field goal here in the second half. Now with 33 points. Bruins, well, back within 1. With it now, it's Wheelock. Yeah, Kraft and Warner posting up on the inside. Kagebot gets the steal for a second, but his left foot was on the end line. Otherwise, it would have been a steal. Instead, it's Fargo Shanley's basketball with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Tyler Kraft finds brother Connor. Connor, the taller but younger one. Tyler Kraft, 3-pointer right baseline. That's going to be long. Warner gets the rebound, his 5th. Warner spins, trying to get by Kageball. Kageball went straight up, and Tony Paper saying, hey, Kegba got enough of the wrist or the forearm there. Nothing was granted, and the ball will now go to Fargo South, and the Bruins have a chance to take the lead. Fargo South up by 2 at half. They were down by double digits in the first half. It's been back and forth. Fargo Shanley has led for the majority of this second half, but anywhere from 5 to 6 points. Top of the key, Diamond McGill, right-hand side. This goes to Dean Grant. 3, no. Ball goes off a play, and last touch by Connor Kraft here for Fargo Shanley. Checking back in, Vakiria Kim will come in, and Carter Jager for Fargo Shanley. Shot clock resets to 30 as the Bruins will inbound the basketball. A lot of attention going to Hamilton. Now it's with Grant. Hakim essentially just trying not to give Hamilton the ball. Now James handles it. Hamilton, everyone clears out. He spins. Left-handed layup off the mark. No, Kegba can't get the rebound, and a board goes to Carter Jager. Jager, the other end of the floor here with the Deacons up by 1. Jager, hang, shoot, scoop shot, no. James Hamilton with the rebound. Bruins want to run in transition. Grant with it, now to McGill. McGill spins on the baseline, pops it past to Kegba. Kegba on the baseline, goes up, shot off the mark, and a board underneath this goes to Pollard, and we're going to have a reach on Fargo South. The foul on Diamond McGill, his third, team's third, and now 85 seconds left to play here in regulation. The Bruins had a couple great opportunities there, just unable to get one to go through the cylinder, as it's now with Fargo Shanley. As the shot clock and the game clock, we'll have to double check here. We have a timeout here by Fargo Shanley. We'll break as well. Deacons up by 1 late here in the second half.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
63-62, Shanley leads over Fargo South here in EDC boys basketball from the Bruin Den. Still to come, a modified version of our post-game show as we get you ready for Shanley and South in EDC girls basketball later tonight here on your live event. Reggie Funk handling the camera, Chase Miller with you. Shanley next game after this, Thursday against Davies, Saturday at North. For South, they will play Saturday for their next game against the Rough Riders over at River, then start the month of February off in Wahpeton. After the timeout by Fargo Shanley, they'll have 2 remaining. Man defense continues here by the Bruins. Fargo South playing that man defense, trying to get in front of Connor Kraft. Kraft gets the basketball now, goes up, lost it for a moment, but we're going to have a foul in the act of shooting, they're going to say, and that goes on McGill, which is large because you got 2 free throws, and Diamond McGill picks up his 4th. Mike Hendrickson doesn't like that call. That'll be the team's 4th as well. So Connor Kraft goes to the free throw line. 29 points, 27 points so far here for Kraft. Now make it 28. Kraft season high 31 against Grand Forks Central on December the 21st. 71 seconds left to play. Free throw attempt is good. Kraft also 7 of 7 from the free throw line, now with 29, and more importantly, those 2 points make it a 3-point lead for Shanley. South doesn't need a 3, they just need a bucket here. Grant right-hand side, back to McGill. McGill left wing to Booth. Booth looking for a teammate, skips it to Grant. Grant rises from the right elbow. That shot is going to be short. Jack Pollard will handle it. That's his 4th of the game. South doesn't need to foul, but a bucket here might be devastating for the Bruins. Hakim, left-handed layup, got it for 2. Give the assist to Connor Kraft. Hakim with his 4th point of the game, and the Bruins got to go quickly now, down by 5. And we're going to get a timeout here by Mike Hendrickson with 35.2 seconds to play. The Deacons are up by 5. 67-62 with 35.2 to play here for Fargo South as they call a timeout on the floor. The Bruins will handle the basketball, and again with 14 fouls, they will need a quick score. You can try to get a tie-up. Possession does, however, favor Fargo Shanley. So again, you'll look for a quick score, try to get a foul or 2 if you can't get the steal. If you're on the opposite end for Fargo Shanley, just control the basketball moving forward here, knowing pressure is coming from Fargo South, and hit your free throws, and you could put this one on ice. A win here for Fargo Shanley. They would leap ahead of Fargo South in the EDC standings, right now a half game behind. If Fargo South could come back and tie it and force overtime or come back here in regulation, the Bruins then would be a game and a half up on Shanley in the EDC standings. And this is a large one to try to find out the top 5 teams, but also the top 4 earn a first-round bye, and they will play in the quarterfinals. And we will have the EDC tournament right here for you on your live event. Tuesday, March 1st, the EDC quarterfinals. The play-in round on Saturday, February 26th, and everything goes to the Shield Center on the March 3rd through the 5th, where on March 3rd it will be the girls' semis and consolations. That Friday will be the boys and state qualifiers in the EDC championship on Saturday, March the 5th, again right here on your live event. So after the timeout by Coach Hendrickson, Fargo South has 2 remaining. We'll see what they draw up. Diamond McGill, right wing. This one goes now to Grant. Grant back to McGill. McGill takes a ball screen here, takes a couple of dribbles left-hand side to Hamilton. Hamilton guarded by McGill. Now it's to Grant. A lot of time coming off the clock here as Grant lost it on the way up, but off of Fargo Shanley. But if you're the Deacons, you'll take again that defensive effort as the clock now went from 35.2 to 20.4. McGill slated to inbound here. Booth trying to get the ball. Kegba trying to get through, and Kegba tripped inadvertently on a Deacon's shoe. As this is going to be a turnover, goes the other side, and here comes a foul. The foul will be with Dean Grant, his second, team's 5th, and the clock will stop at 16.1. Kim will check out. Alex Wheelock will inbound the basketball here. And check that. Connor Kraft will inbound. Kraft gives into the backcourt there, and we're going to have a foul, either Evan Booth or James Hamilton, as this one will be on Evan, his first, team 6. So the next one now will put Fargo Shanley into the 1-1. If you're Fargo South, you can, Cole Kegba will check out the contest here. As again, Kegba just kind of inadvertently tripped over a Fargo Shanley, looked like foot or ankle. And now it's the short term, but also the long term here is Hamilton will draw the foul on Carter Jager. Hamilton picks up his 3rd, team 7th, and Carter goes to the free throw line. Jager 10 of 12 from the free throw line this season. This is a make one to get one, and going back to what we were saying before Kegba came out, if you're the Bruins, Jager can only make one, and then Fargo Shanley has to miss on their next free throw opportunity on the next possession, and you got to hit 2 threes. Jager, free throw, got it. And this one, essentially to put the game really away here, up by 6. This to make it a 3-possession game here for Fargo Shanley. That one is good as well. Jager 2 for 2 from the free throw line with 5 points. Evan Booth will check in, as coming out will be Dean Grant. And the Bruins now down 3 possessions. Gonna need something quick, and then a turnover, and get the ball right back. Where's the Reggie Miller when you need him? Diamond McGill goes down the paint, lost it, and that one is pretty much going to do it here. Jager gets tripped up. Hakim then bumps into Locker, and the clock stops at 3.6, and we'll see who the foul is on. It looks like it's going to be on Fargo Shanley. So Hakim will pick up his 2nd, team's 9th, and we'll have a 1-1 here for Fargo South with Locker. Locker with the 1-1 opportunity. William off the front iron, rebound goes to Hamilton, and Hamilton gets fouled. Hamilton is 6th rebound. Now he will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Hamilton with a season high. Is going to the line will be Hamilton, just a sophomore, and misses free throw attempt number 1. Second one upcoming here for Hamilton. A tough one for Fargo South. They will lose back-to-back games, and they will be off until they play the Rough Riders of Red River. Also, smack dab with them in the EDC standings. So the Rough Riders coming into tonight at 5-4 in conference play. Hamilton gets that one to go now with 34 points, and that one does it. A final here tonight from Fargo South. The Fargo Shanley Deacons win it 69-63. Quick modified postgame show is next.
The Irene Insurance Spring Update meetings are coming January 25th, 26th, and 28th with speakers Rich Morrison, Vice President of Farm Services at NAU Country, Mike Gower, Lead Field Marketing Specialist with NAU Country, and FSA personnel. They want to discuss the outlook for 2022 with you. They'll be in Devil's Lake at the KC Hall on the 25th at 9 a.m. and then in Hope at the Legion at 3:30 that afternoon. Join them at the Senior Center in McVille at 9 on the 26th or in Hillsborough at 9 on the 28th. Irie Insurance Spring Update meetings January 25th, 26th, and 28th.
As we come back here, the final look at the individual numbers for Fargo Shanley. Connor Kraft with 29 points, goes 7 of 7 from the free throw line and 2 made threes. Connor Kraft with 29 points, 7 points by his make it 8 points here by Tyler Kraft and 2 made threes. 6 points by Anthony Warner. You had 10 by Jack Pollard off the bench, 5 by Carter Jager, 3 with Alex Wheelock, 2 by Bennett Bird, and 2 by Jackson Paul. Again, 29 points for Connor Kraft and 5 rebounds. For the Fargo South Bruins, led by the 34 points of James Hamilton. Hamilton goes 12 of 14 from the free throw line and would have a three-pointer as well. Hamilton with a season-high 34 points. 13 then by Diamond McGill, 9 by Dean Grant, and 3 points by DeAndre Watson. Again, your final, the Deacons improved to 6-6 on the season, 6-5 in conference play. Fargo South drops to 6-7 and 6-6 in the EDC. Your final, Fargo Shanley wins it by 6, 69-63. That does it for this contest. The girls' game is coming up next here on your live event.